Guys, this is the center of my entire system. The 3 emails that I've spent years crafting, tweaking, testing to go from a stranger to the bedroom. Just 3 simple copy and paste emails. Gonna blow your mind. There's 3 principles. Each email has a very specific purpose. And you have to remember that. If you can understand the purpose of these 3 steps, you'll quickly and easily be able to create your own variations of my emails that better suit your personality. The first email is to ping. It's to get her attention. When I send my first email, all I'm trying to do is drive her to see my profile. We spent so long on the profile lesson. That video is almost an hour for a reason. It's the most important part. Once your profile is badass, the emails are so easy. The first email, all I want her to do is to open it and visit my profile. That's it. If I can get those 2 steps, then I'm super happy. That's my goals. Step 2, when she replies to my first email, is to escalate, is to become more than just a profile. Build her attraction. Get her interested in me. Take her to the next step. Get a little excitement going. And step 3, when she replies again, is to close. Get her off the website. We want to get her into real life as fast as possible. First choice is a phone number. Backup choice is an email. But really, it's so easy to get phone numbers. 90 to 95% of the time, when I ask for the phone number, I get it. And if there's any pushback at that point, if she says, oh, I'm not ready to give you my number yet after 3 emails, in my experience, even if I do 15, 20, or 25 emails, it never converts to a phone number. So really, whether you spent 3 emails investing in a girl or 25, the same result. So why waste your time with an extra 22 emails? 1, 2, 3, ping, escalate, close. Work on your pecs. PEC. Remember, it's all about your profile first. You might be so excited, you watch this lesson first, you want to start sending out email, you have to have a baller profile. Because if you tell a girl, come check out my profile, and it's not completed, or a classic mistake. Here's the classic mistake. You get excited, you start working on your profile, you upload a couple of images, and you start blasting emails to girls. Well, every single website has to approve your photos. So you might be sending out things thinking you have a complete profile, but you haven't realized it. Your photos haven't been approved, which means she's looking at a profile without photos, and if there's no photos, your odds of her replying go down 20 times. So you lose 95% of your replies by not having your profile ready. And that's just one little thing. It takes 1 or 2 days to get your photos approved. And that's because people are always uploading like nude photos or weird stuff. So they have to make sure there's nothing illegal. That's what they're checking for. And so there's nothing you can do. There's a manual review process on pretty much every online dating site for that exact reason. I've seen tons of girls that have tried to slip in nudie photos into their main profile. And they got to fight against that because it can get them in a lot of trouble. So for tons of reasons, you got to have your profile first. Remember, this entire system, everything about skip the date, get the girl, is about identity. Okay, it's about representing who you are, your character, the totality of your personality, the awesomeness of you, right? And so you want to have that ready. So when you get her to look at your profile, we have a profile-driven system. Your profile has to be ready. You want to show her that you have an awesome life, that you have mysteriousness, intrigue, sexuality, sensuality, comfortableness, confidence, all these kind of elements that you just get from experience, being comfortable with who you are, spending time, building a career, building a life, doing all the things that we do as we get older. That's the key to attraction here. And that's what's going to attract these girls. And all 4 of these stunning girls are girls I met off these sites. Every single one of these is a real photo that a girl sent to me. This is the type of girls you can be meeting if you have a high quality profile and you take the time. So let's dig into the emails, and you're going to see how simple it is. The first email is called the ping. The purpose, to get her to read your profile. Don't overthink. The classic mistake, we've talked about it before and I'm going to talk about it again, is for the guy who spends like 2 hours crafting a custom email. Now the number of girls who have noticed that this message, which I've been using for 4 years now as copy and paste, is about 1 out of every 1 to 10,000 girls. So every once in a while, it's usually a girl I accidentally have emailed twice. And she'll go, oh, I can't believe you used a copy and paste message. She still replied. That's how powerful this message is, okay? Even the girls who notice that it's a copy and paste still reply. and the response rate is way higher. I've done experiments where I sent custom longer emails to girls. Don't work. You overinvest. And that's what happens is, and this happened to me, you see a girl, perfect profile, you get excited, you write her the perfect email, she doesn't reply. And it's like you invested, and then it can hurt your feelings. A stranger you've never met, who might not even be a real profile, right? It could be a fake profile. How can that hurt your feelings? But we give it that power. So let's look at the two parts of this email, okay? The first is the subject. I want you to look at that sentence and imagine you get an email from a woman, okay? Moderately attractive, nothing special, middle of the road. You can't really see what she looks like from the thing, but it says, I really like ... Would you open that email? Yes, because it has intrigue. You go, well, what do you really like? That you want the answer to that question, right? And then my answer is your style. ... If you like mine too, message me back and let's talk about an arrangement. Smiley face, X. I don't use my name. I say arrangement because the site is seeking arrangement. There's lots of variations here. I use arrangement like part of the time. I always vary the ending to see if it makes a difference. It doesn't. Message me back and if you like my style too, message me back. Smiley face is more than enough. You can cut off the last half of the sentence and you get a lot of replies too. But this is the original one that I used for a long time. So that's the one I'm showing you, but I want you to see that you can vary this very easily. I like your style is a meaningless sentence. Some girls get really, really complimented by that. They go, wow, what do you like about my style? What's so amazing about my style? And a lot of times I'll switch style and put in smile. Same thing. You're just giving a neutral, meaningless compliment that kind of is a catch-all. Everybody is like, oh, you like my style? Some people think it means their fashion. It really just means I like your profile. That's all I'm really saying. I'm not saying I love your fashion decisions and all that stuff, which I can jam on about fashion and flirt with that way and all that stuff, but that's not what I'm going for. I'm going for something that most people respond to. You can just as easily say hairstyle. You can say personality of your profiles. Oh, energy is really good. I really like your energy or your positive energy of your profile. And if you like mine too, all I'm saying, now what am I saying? How can she figure out if she likes my style? The only way to find the answer to that question is by looking at my profile. So I'm pushing her to look at my profile. That's what's happening here. And then I say, if you like my profile, message me back. I'm telling her what to do. Because otherwise, if I just say, I like my style, take a look and see if you like mine too. And if I don't say anything, she goes and looks at my profile and goes, oh yeah, I do like his profile. On to the next message. I want her to tell me and message me back. And then I say, and after message you back, anything after this is kind of just, otherwise it's too short. Otherwise it's like 30 characters, and I think you have to be a certain length. That might be why I made it longer. And then I say X. I don't put my name or any of that stuff. She doesn't get my name until a couple messages in, or at least message 2 or message 3. Really simple, really purposeful. The only purpose of a subject line is to get her to open it. Now they've changed Seeking Arrangement, which is my favorite site, the one I've been talking about, because that's the one I've been using most recently. I've used all of them and all for different variations, but with Seeking Arrangement, they've taken away subject lines. So now when a girl sees the message, it actually shows her the whole message. So I write, I really like your style, ... if you like mine too. So the subject and body I combine. And actually, once you get it down, you can actually skip this message, because now I don't need to force her to open the first message. I don't need to ping. So if you want to go really wild, you can go straight to message 2. And I've done a lot of testing with that. But remember, before we get to message 2, I can't harp on this enough. Profile is so important, because after one email, no matter which email is your first email, she's going to look at your profile, and your profile is your chance to show how awesome and amazing you are. It's where you build up your bond identity and attract her. Your profile is what causes her to email you back, or even email you out of the blue. A lot of women will scroll around when they join the site. They're looking at guys in their area, and boom, especially if you live in a small town, you might live in a town where there's only 100 girls on the site, so maybe a girl joins every 3 days. That's really attractive, and you're like, oh, that's not that many, but the odds are in your favor, because when she joins, she's going to see the profiles, and yours is going to stand out, because our system is so powerful. I get messages all the time. You're the most amazing profile. You're the first guy that ever wrote something that understands how I feel. I get those types of messages, and I know my profile is super tight. So your profile is the key. So even when you're not paying attention, you're going to get messages out of the blue. It's really important. So here's email 2, the escalation. And again, you can take this message and you can send just this message on sites that don't have a subject line and test it. But let's look at what I'm saying. The purpose here is to get her to want to meet me. So the subject line is just, "Hi, cutie." Now remember, she's already messaged me. So now on Seeking Arrangement, I do the same thing. I made the subject line part of the body of the email, but these are the two variations. And I'll just say, "Hi, cutie. I'm looking for something like, when we're together, we're together. We have an amazing time and spoil each other. When we are apart, we do our own thing, lead our own lives. No jealousy, no stress, just casual and pleasant." How does that sound? Now, the purpose of this email is to frame the idea that I'm not going to be jealous when she does whatever she wants with her life. And the reason I put the word spoil in there is because I'm screening for the kind of girls I want to avoid. A lot of girls, the really low quality girls, the girls that are prostitutes, the girls that are gold diggers, the girls who have personality flaws, will respond to the word spoil. They'll read this entire message and they'll go, "What do you mean by spoil? I want you to give me money." They'll say something like that. And as soon as they say that, I know that their personality is not something I'm interested in. That's not the type of person I want to spend time with. Someone whose response to a message that is like, "Hey, I want to have a great time with you. No stress. We're just having a blast. We have our own lives." All those things are positive. And if they look at this and they find one word that they're questioning about and they attack, that's their hook. That tells me what I need to know about that girl, right? Because everything else, most people, 90 to 95% of women will respond to the no jealousy, no stress part. Now, you're going to get a split. A lot of women are interested in this and a lot of women aren't. Now, the secret here is that a girl reads this, right, and says, "Hey, I want a casual, let's just be friends but have sex with each other relationship." Then they read my profile, which is like the ultimate romance, let me take you around the world and change your life. And it sends two completely different messages. And girls will just choose which one they like and they'll message me. So I'm actually, everyone that my profile screens out, my email screens in. That's what's happening here. And you can do the exact same thing. You can copy and paste the same messages, just tweak them up a little bit in case it's a girl I've already messaged. And what you'll see is that a girl, once she sees your profile is good, will look for any excuse to connect with you. And there, there's girls along the whole spectrum. If you're looking for a relationship, you just tweak the email. I'm looking for something like, we have an amazing time, we spoil each other, we find what's possible and about having an amazing life together, just like my profile talks about. Something like that. And you're going to screen in those types of girls. That's what this is. It's like fishing with a net. Not everything is going to get caught, but the good. So you figure out what you want and you kind of build an email around that. This is a really simple message, but it's really, really powerful. And if you send just this message first, I did a test where I sent just this message, "P.S. send me your number," and I got a lot of numbers, a lot of numbers. Something like 100 phone numbers in one day from that message. So that works. But I find that asking for the phone number, instead of going for one email, at least doing two is more effective. So it's much better to send this variation and then in the next message ask for the phone number. You'll get a higher total number of phone numbers, even though you do have to copy and paste two messages instead of one. So again, the idea here is to say something interesting. And I just kind of wrote this out one day. This didn't come from an escort site or any other ideas. This one, I was just like, what's exactly are girls looking for? And what do I want? And I made it really simple. So if you're looking for something, if you only want to be with a bisexual girl, you can screen at this point. I tend to wait later to screen for that, but whatever you're looking for, just let her know and kind of get her excited. No jealousy, no stress. No matter what you're describing, you should put in there because girls want that. Now, again, you will, no matter how nice your message is, a certain percentage of women, a small percentage, the minority, will respond to the no jealousy, no stress thing. They'll be like, "What are you talking about, no jealousy, no stress?" That tells you that it's not someone you want to spend time with. Anyone who responds to this message, which is all positive, in a way that's negative or in a way that's pushback, they're revealing a little bit about their character. And that's what we want to do. We want to find out if she's the kind of person you want to invest your time and energy and emotions with, right? And if she's the kind of person that is going to stress you out, that is going to be jealous no matter what's happening on in your life, that doesn't like casual and pleasant. If someone doesn't want to have a life that's casual and pleasant, do you really want to spend time with them? I don't. I am trying to make sure that I don't spend time with anyone who's neurotic, who responds to stress in a negative way that makes my life negative. I don't need more stress in my life. I already have my own business, all my own stuff that is stressful enough. I don't need another source. What I need in a relationship, what I look for from when I'm with or dating or whatever, is to lower my stress level, to make my life better. That's what I'm looking for, to give me happiness. So I screen out all the bad. So then we look at our response to the second email. And the reason We created all those hooks in our profile so she has something to write me back about. So my profile is filled with hooks, and so is that message. And they send two different messages. They're contradictory. And instead of her seeing this contradiction between the perfect romance, like amazing relationship guy, and short-term relationship, just fuck buddies, friends with benefits, those two things, right? They're not, how could that be the same guy? So she'll respond to whichever one she wants. Again, I email so many girls that I kind of see. So like I'll send that message to 1,000 girls, and 1 out of 1,000 girls will be like, wait, which one do you want? Do you want this or do you want that, right? So even when she's kind of caught up, she's still messaging me to find out. And then once I kind of look at her profile, I'll tell her which one, whatever she's looking for, I'll say I'm looking for the same thing. Because I don't really know until I meet her, but at least she's in, if I'm interested in her at that point, I'll move to the meet. Now, most numbers will give me their phone number by their second reply. I send one message, she's like, oh, that sounds interesting. I do like your style. Tell me more. Then I send my second message, which is copy and paste. If the girl is in like a foreign country or something, or she asks a question, I'll add whatever she says. If she asks a really specific question, what type of books do you write? A lot of girls ask me. Or, if I'm traveling, they're like, oh, you do know I live in England or whatever. And I'll be like, I'm going to be there next week. And then I just copy paste the rest of the message. So I don't, whatever she writes, even if it's like 5 paragraphs, my second email works as a response. And she feels like I've answered her own email. Now remember, the purpose of everything is to get her to be interested in me and want to reply. That's all we're looking for. So once you actually meet her, you can go through everything else. But really, the whole purpose of the profile is to get her interested enough to email you. The whole purpose of the emails is to get her to give you her phone number. The whole purpose of the phone number is to get her to meet you. Once you meet her, then you're golden, right? You can go forward. You're pre-selected. She's already attracted to you. You don't have to earn any attraction, right? Because she's chosen, especially when she asks you to meet, which most of these girls will do. Once you've shown that you're kind of cool and you have a great profile, it's so easy. So you've created all these hooks. There's all these different things she can respond to. For mine, some girls will talk about the artists they like. Some girls will talk about jazz. Some girls will talk about drinking fine wine. They'll find something in there that attracts them, and they'll give themselves the date they want out of my choices. I basically have given them like 10 different date choices, right? And they select the one they want out of my profile and tell me, and then, we can meet and kind of do whatever we want to do from the options of my profile, out for jazz club and having a couple glasses of wine. I mean, that's a great time, whether you're by yourself or you're with a girl. So that's what you're creating. And once you meet her, you can see if there's chemistry, if there's a real connection. Now, if a girl doesn't give you her phone number without, right after the second email, which does happen, I said the third email, this is the close. This is to get a real life. I just say reply to hi cutie. Perfect. Email me and let's talk details. There's my email address. I do recommend that you set up an email address just for your online dating profiles. That's what I did here. As you know, I guess you can all email me to my dating email address, thelastauthor@hotmail.com. Any email I get there, I know it's from a girl I've met off a dating site. I have it all isolated so it's not mixed up with my other emails or whatever. It makes it really easy. Just as easy, I didn't want to put my phone number in here, so I don't have my number. But I also say text. I usually, if it's a girl local to me and I want to just text, then I'll say, text me and let's talk details, and I'll have my phone number there. What I do recommend, if you're going to really go all out and go crazy, is to get like a burner phone. I do use an app on my iPhone called Hushed. There's two. There's Hushed and there's Burner. And they're cool because they give you like a fake phone number. So you get the text to your phone, but you can't send and receive picture messages. So I don't like that as much. But I don't really want to give away my main like work phone number or something, or my main cell phone to tons of random girls, because you go out with a couple hundred girls, one of them is going to be texting you and stuff all the time. So I would recommend getting a second phone, or at least getting an app on your phone so you have like an isolated phone number. But I recommend the second phone if you can do it. It's way easier. Connect it up to this email account, and just kind of, that's me because I do such volume. I try to go out with 20 to 30 women a month. So I have to do a lot of stuff to like help me organize that. So this is really simple. This is when she gets my name. If she hasn't given me her number yet, a lot of girls give me her number and they go, here's my number. By the way, what's your name? So this is the email close. Really simple. And again, she can write any reply, and perfect, basically, as long as her reply is positive, I just go perfect. Email me and let's talk details, no matter what she says, and it works out really great. So it's really simple, 1, 2, 3, ping, escalate, close. These emails work over and over and over again. I've gotten probably 10,000 messages from women based off of these, thousands of phone numbers, all these amazing things, and that's all it is. It's really simple, and just keep the idea down. You want to escape the trap that a lot of people fall into of slowing things down. I have some clients that I get them phone numbers. I help them all the time, and we have that service now. We're expanding. Some of you guys might be interested in that. But here's the thing. Once you get her phone number, you've got to take action, because as soon as you get her off the site, you've separated yourself from the masses. You want to be the only guy she's thinking about. Once she's texting you, she'll stop logging into the site for at least a day or 2 days, okay? You have to meet her as fast as possible, and that means meeting within 72 hours. That is crucial. If you get a girl's number and then you your plan is to text for 2 weeks before you meet her, whatever your reason is, maybe it's like you want to be less nervous, or you have business stuff, whatever it is, that will tank you. I wish I could say it any other way. What will happen after 72 hours is this. Young women have short attention spans. Her attraction is like, it's just coming out of the oven. It's hot, but the longer you wait, it just cools down, okay? And once you wait more than 72 hours, when you meet her, you actually have to rebuild all of your attraction from scratch. So everything about your profile, you have to re-demonstrate in person. So then you actually have to start dating. If you blow your strike window, if you blow your time frame, then you do push yourself out of the skipping the date and back into dating. The whole thing about dating, and this is really important to understand, dating is all about meeting a girl, building attraction, convincing her to like you, jumping through hoops, seeing if you like her, slowly escalating. Am I going to hold hands? Is she going to go hold my hand? How expensive of a restaurant do we have to go to? Oh my gosh, did I buy enough bottle of wine? What if she doesn't like her food? What if I take her to a movie, she doesn't like the movie and she doesn't like me? Take her to her house, now we're at her front door. We haven't kissed yet. Is she going to kiss me at her front door, or is she going to slam the door in my face? Is she going to kiss me, or is she going to slam the door? All that awkwardness and horribleness, that's what you don't want, okay? I don't want that either. And all of that goes away because we push her through 3 phases. You're on the website, so you're pre-selected because it's a site for elite men. Step 2, you have a great profile, which builds attraction. Pre-selection, attraction. After attraction comes getting physical, building intimacy. So we're bypassing the date, but if you take too long, you lose that. It's kind of like, imagine if you go on the best date of your life with a woman, you get to her front door, and then you go home, and a week later you come back to her front door and try to go in to have sex with her, right? All the motion, the heat, it's gone. You can't pause in the middle of that part of a date. It breaks it. So that's why you got to escape that kind of delay trap, because that will kill you. You have her attention right now. Don't give other guys the chance to send her messages and distract her, because if you start texting a girl, after about 36 to 48 hours, she'll start checking her emails again on the site, and it's very easy to lose it. There's no reason for that to happen to you. Honestly, you can really, a lot of this could be same day, get in control of your schedule, and you just have to meet her for 20 minutes or an hour. I often meet girls, sometimes I'll be in a new city, like I'm traveling, I'm on a book tour, I'm at a conference, and I'll be like, I want to hang out with a girl tonight. And I'll message, every girl in the city that I think is beautiful, even if it's a small city like Charlotte, North Carolina. I did this once, and I met a stunning girl within 45 minutes, and she was back in my hotel room like half an hour later. It was really cool. We were having a blast. She was like, fuck it, let's go hook up. I don't want to do anything else. She was into what I was into, and we had a blast. She just wanted to be in a hotel room. Simple, and she left 2 hours later to go, I don't know, out to dinner with her friends or something, and I went to a work event. Really simple. Could be quick. Don't waste your time. Don't waste her time. The secret to the system is following every step, and as long as you stick to the method and stick to the rhythm, you send your emails 1, 2, 3, or just send emails 2, 3, you're gonna get really great responses. So once a girl's giving you her number, you got to take action. It's good to go. Once a girl's giving you your number, there's a 90 to 95% chance that she's going to have sex with you on the first date. So don't fuck it up. Please have that date. So these are the 3 emails from skipthedate.com. Skip the date, get the girl. This is how to go from stranger to into her bedroom in 3 magic emails. I've done this. My other private clients have done this. This works. I can't wait for you to start sending your emails. It's going to blow your mind how many responses you get.